So in self-improvement, there are tons of habits, and there's a lot of discussions about which ones of them are useless, etc. People bashing books, cold shower, journaling, saying it's useless, meditation, etc. I'm gonna go over a tier list of about 10 of them, and we're gonna see which ones are literally life-changing, and which ones you can actually skip. Like it's okay. So with this in mind, hit the like button and let's go. Let's start with money. Okay. Money is obviously life-changing. Getting your money up, building a business, it's very important. So this can retire your mom and dad. This can, all the people around you can benefit from it. It allows you to travel the world, live the life. Money is so important, and people pick this as a taboo topic. I don't think it is at all. I don't mind talking about money. Money is absolutely a topic that needs to be discussed because we need to make money. So definitely working hard on a side hustle or a business is very important. Waking up early. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a good one. I'm thinking if maybe great. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at great, right? Today I woke up super early. I woke up at 2 a.m. today, but that's because I stayed up 24 hours. I didn't sleep, or like for 30 hours I didn't sleep because of work, right? But before that, a couple of days back, I was sleeping for the past 2 weeks, let's say. I was going to sleep at like 6 a.m. and waking up in the afternoon, right? So I was going to sleep in the morning. So I'm not going to say don't skip. You can do it the other way around, but what I'm going to say is you need to work at a time at least between midnight and 6 a.m. If you wake up at 7 a.m. and then you go to sleep at like 8 p.m., you're doing it wrong. Or like not wrong, but you're not maximizing your potential. You have to work when others are sleeping. It's just something about that. Even if you're playing, even if your phone is in airplane mode, even if nobody's interrupting you, it just does something to your psyche, knowing that you're different. It puts you into that identity of an entrepreneur. So work at a time where everybody else is sleeping, when it's literally dark outside, no lights on in your neighborhood, everybody's sleeping. It's just something about that subconscious that I can't explain with words, that just makes you so much more productive. Bro, this morning I woke up at 2 a.m. I got so much shit done. I never work in the afternoon. In the afternoon I go to the gym, or I go on a run, or I do something physical. But when I need to work on my computer and I need to either do outreaches for my podcast, either I need to do something like trading for crypto, etc., whatever, either I need to make content, either I need to work with my clients or whatever, I try to put it at a time where everybody else is sleeping. Now, if I do a podcast with someone in the afternoon, that's okay, but I'm gonna edit that podcast and later on, right? Either late in the night or early in the morning. In my opinion, this is very important, and waking up early can do the job, but you can skip out on that and just stay up all night and go to sleep at like 6, 7, 8 a.m. You can go do that, in my opinion. Although your circadian rhythm and everything, you're gonna sleep better if you go to sleep early and wake up earlier in the morning. It's better for your body sleeps better at night than during the day. But I did that for a long while and I didn't notice anything because I only did it for 2 weeks. But if I did this for years upon end, I would probably have some health issues, or not, maybe not issues, but it will take a toll on my body. So I do think that you should sleep in the night long term. In the short term, you can do this, whatever. Social skills are definitely very, very important. I'm not thinking if life-changing or don't skip. I'm gonna put that don't skip, okay, because there are people like Elon Musk or whatever who stutter and don't know how to speak, etc., but they're still very, very successful, right? The richest man in the world. Or Fresh from Fresh and Fit, CEO of Fresh Lifestyle, right? I don't like the guy. He's a dislikable person. He is successful and he doesn't know how to speak. He stutters. He's very bad at speaking. He never learned any speaking skill. He somehow runs a podcast because of Myron, obviously. Myron does all the talking and he's just there to, insult the women or whatever. Which Myron does too, but it's like Myron carries the whole show because he knows how to speak, but Fresh is doing all the networking behind the scenes, getting the guests on the podcast and all of that, and he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Again, he's a very, very, very successful entrepreneur, and he doesn't know how to speak. So there are exceptions to this, but trust me, your life will be so much better if you learn how to speak, even with women and everybody. So this, I don't really know what it is. Is it like voice or tone or whatever, tonality, learning like how to give speeches or whatever? I feel like this ties into social skills, I guess, or I suppose it's a social skills. This might be building a personal brand which usually is tied to this. If this is personal brand, I'm gonna put it as life changing. But considering this is social skills, and I'm gonna skip out on this one because I don't know what that is, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna leave it like this: spending time with your family, or this is maybe having a kid. I don't know if you're, is it spending time with your or anyways, in as a general family time, etc. It's great. I was thinking even not putting it that good, but it's great. Okay. But again, sometimes your family just takes you away from your goals. Sometimes your family is hating on you. Sometimes all of that. So I wouldn't say that family is necessary. Okay. Sometimes the family that you were born in is not really the family that you should choose. You meet people that are compatible to you. You don't choose your parents. Okay. If they happen to be great parents, that's good. But sometimes your blood family shouldn't be your family. You should detach from them. In some cases, some people have it really that bad. Maybe you should detach from your family and find your right people, right? Your friends, your brothers, your true brothers, not just because you guys share the same DNA. But again, I have a pretty good family. For me, this is like great. And having your own kids, this is, bro, amazing. And you should have kids, but spending a lot of time with them, etc. Bro, look at Andrew Tate, right? He has lots of kids, but he's successful and he's an important man. He doesn't have time to change diapers for fucking spend a lot of times. But he still spends time with his kids. He still does that. It's important, but you don't have to be at home all the time. Okay? That's in my opinion. But again, I feel like I'm unqualified to say about having children because I'm far from that. I don't have my own kids yet, so maybe my opinions on this one will change with time. Journaling. You know, before I would say like meh or good. Now I'm gonna say this at, I don't know, life-changing or don't skip. I'm gonna put it at don't skip, but it's really close to life-changing because I've been journaling for the past half a year. And bro, the way I understand myself, the way I got so much like clearer on my goals, on my purpose, the reason behind everything I do, and so many great ideas I got from journaling. You might underestimate it. You might do it once or twice and you think it doesn't do anything. You do it for half a year, you do it for months upon end. You will just be so much happier as a human. And it's hard to, you know, explain and put it into words. Try it, bro, for a long period of time. Just like meditation. You do it once, twice, then nothing happens. But you do meditation, and it can be life-changing. But I will put meditation at don't skip, just like journaling, because again, there are successful people that don't meditate, etc. But meditation, bro, it just helps you with mental clarity. It helps you make better decisions because you're activating your prefrontal cortex when you meditate. This means that you make better decisions. I explained that in the NoFap Explained scientifically, with the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, these two parts of the brain. And the prefrontal cortex is responsible for you doing the right decisions, for decision making, rational decision making. And the amygdala is the primal parts of your brain that just wants pleasure and dopamine. You do better decisions when you meditate as a whole, just 10 minutes a day. Okay? I don't meditate for more like 15 to 20 minutes, right? I don't meditate for half an hour a day. I don't do that. Like 20 minutes at max. This does wonders. I've been meditating for the past probably 2 years. Meditation does so much for your decision making. This is what got me to stop fapping for like over a year and a half now. It's my diet, the carnivore diet. I get cravings, but it's like I see the amygdala kind of like a little child. You know, you got a son, but I want that candy, but I want that candy, but he's a fat ass. You just can't listen to him. You don't argue with children, and you just don't give him. You don't obey the kid. That's the amygdala, the part of your brain. Your prefrontal cortex is the adult part of your brain. It's like you have a kid inside of you that wants that Snickers bar or wants to watch porn or play that 1 hour of video games. You have to use the prefrontal cortex as the adult that tells the kid, no, shut up. You're not getting it. And meditation helps with this because it grows your prefrontal cortex. Yes, physically grows. Neuroplasticity. Your brain changes shapes and sizes and blood flow where it goes based on your thoughts. Meditation will definitely help you with better decision making in life, which in business you need. Reading books. Oh my God, bro. Reading books is undoubtedly life changing. Okay. I know that Andrew Tate says that reading books is useless or whatever. That's because he hasn't gotten into it and he has got successful without it. Reading books, even just 10 books a year, changes so much. You learn so much from people because you underestimate a YouTube video or a seminar, even if you pay for it. When you're reading a book, you need to put on full focus during that book. You can't, audiobooks don't do the same. I don't like audiobooks. Read a book because it takes amount of effort and focus. Again, meditation will help you with this. Stay focused on the book. Consume that information so much better. So there are a couple of books that I love, right? Atomic Habits, I'm reading that right now. So far, bro, I've learned quite a lot about long-term thinking. David Goggins, that I finished before that. David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. It's an amazing book. The Way of the Superior Man, also I've read that a long time ago. I've read that like 3 times already. The Way of the Superior Man is it's like a starter pack to self-improvement books. It's the first book you should buy. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living from Dale Carnegie. It's an amazing book because so many of us worry about, am I going to be successful? Am I going to work out? How long is it going to be, bro, until I make my first million? What if I never get rich? What if my parents will have to slave away from this in the fucking job market? Whatever. Any doubts that you have, the book from Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, is an amazing book. Obviously, the Bible is an amazing one. Now, there are a couple of ones that have been very, how should I say it? They have been very hyped up, but I didn't really like that much. For example, the Millionaire Fast Lane. It's very generalized. It's very much stuff that I've learned in Capital Club from Luke Belmar. Then there's also How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's a lot of, if you're new to social skills, there's a lot of value in it for you. But if you've been studying social skills, etc., for a while now, you're not going to learn that much stuff new. Like, care about people, listen to what they say, and ask them questions on their stories because it makes them feel heard. I kind of knew that already, and I was already doing that. So, who is Max Lewis? From Max Lewis, who I've done a podcast with. Bro, I was gifted that book from him. He shipped it all the way from Miami here to Czech Republic, to my country. So he shipped it overseas for me, which is so nice, bro. So he gifted it to me with his autograph, and that book is, again, amazing. His life story has a lot of lessons in it about business, etc., and about trust, about family, and about, all of that. So that's another great book. There are so many of them that I don't want to make this video about books, but there are a lot of good self-improvement books. Running, I'm gonna put this at, it's great. Okay, sprinting is great. Jogging is skip, okay? Skip fucking jogging. But if you're talking about sprinting increases testosterone. Jogging increases cortisol, which lowers your testosterone. So you're killing your test, and you're killing your gains by jogging. Now, walking is perfect. Stairmaster is perfect. Boxing, etc., and sprinting is perfect, but don't fucking jog, dude. That's the worst thing you can do. But running, in terms of sprinting, as I'm thinking, it's I'm gonna put this at good, to be honest. It's not like that great. It's pretty good. Now, cold showers, I'm gonna put this at great. Cold showers, bro. I haven't done a cold shower in like almost 3 months now because the surgery, my wound is still open and I'm not allowed to shower. So what I do is I take a scrubber, put some shampoo on it. Obviously I get myself wet, but not on the area where the wound is still open, and I scrub myself for like 20 minutes and get the dirt off, etc., every day. But I can't wait to be able to take the cold shower again. I'm gonna be able to start showering and swimming and all that in about 1.5 months, I believe. I'm still going to the doctor to check-ins, to look at the wound, how it's healing. He took out the stitches some time ago, but I'm still not like allowed to shower. However, as soon as I'm gonna be allowed to, bro, I remember all winter before January, bro, I was showering every morning at 4 a.m. It was a nightmare, but it was so great for me. Cold showers, bro, I can feel myself getting weaker mentally without the cold showers. It's kind of life-changing. You can kind of get away with it with not doing it, but I would highly suggest that you take cold showers. It's just, you start the day off. Yeah, take it at the beginning of your day, by the way. That's the best time for it. You begin the beginning of the day with the most annoying and painful thing, so then the rest of your day is amazing. So now you're looking at your day with a new perspective. So if you struggle with procrastination, not being motivated to do the next task, whatever, take a cold shower, dude. Nothing can be worse than this. Trust me, it's so fucking horrible. So you start the day out with pain, and then everything is a fucking walk in the park. Obviously, work is still always going to be annoying, but taking a cold shower will always be so fucking useful for your mentality. It also increases your AMCC, and anterior mid-cingulate cortex, which I've made a video about, so make sure to check out that video where I even use the examples of cold showers and explain deeply how the AMCC, another part of your brain that's used for pain tolerance and for discipline, for all of that, how it grows from cold showers and how it's the discipline part of your brain. And then the last one is sleeping. I suppose sleeping schedules, etc. Man, sleep is very important. I'm gonna put this at don't skip, because I've had periods of time where I was still productive and I was still sleeping like shit. But I can tell, bro, my productivity goes to shit when I don't sleep properly. So sleep is very, very important. Don't skip out on sleep. But sometimes you have periods in business when you only get to sleep like 3 hours a night for like 4 days in a row. It's okay, bro, right? Like yesterday, bro, I didn't sleep for 30 hours for a day, almost a day and a half. Happens. I didn't have a choice. I had too much work. I had too many things scheduled. I had a podcast. I had so many different things. I couldn't afford to sleep. I didn't have time for sleep. So sometimes sleep just gets skipped, and it's okay. But try to not skip it if you can, and try to get it 8 hours, bro. Trust me, it will make up for your productivity. It will make you so much more efficient and productive and stuff like that. So it's so much better. Anyways, this was my tier list. Let's look at it once again. This is my assessment. Again, I don't know what the fuck this is. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what y'all think that this thing is. But this is basically it. So let me know if you agree, disagree. Comment down another habit that you think should be on here, and I'll reply to your comment with an S to E tier. And yeah, with this in mind, do all of these. They are very good, guys, okay? And with this in mind, may God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.